Hey guys, welcome to Chat with KST. It's your girl Kay, and today we're going to be discussing Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is out here in these streets, and Steve Harvey is saying, look, they made me the fall guy, they made me the bad guy, okay, in this situation involving the Miss Universe, right? So let's jump into what Steve Harvey has to say.
What was that moment like? Okay, you read what was in the prompter. Clearly it was wrong. Now we got to come back and have a do-over.
Shannon, hear the crazy part. They hand me the card.
Okay.
We had bought Miss Universe from Trump.
Yeah.
The lady that used to work for Trump was mad because we had decided in rehearsal to change the way we do it. Like all pageants, they say, and second runner-up is so-and-so.
Right.
And then it's the two people standing there. Then they always say, and the first runner-up is Miss So-and-so. And then that's really anticlimactic because now you know who the winner is.
Correct.
So they had changed it in rehearsal. All week long we rehearsal. We're not going to do, we just going to do the second runner-up.
Right.
She get out the way, and then next we're going to announce the winner.
Okay.
The lady that worked for Trump, didn't like that, and she put it on the card anyway, but she put it on the corner. It wasn't even up there in the 1 and 2.
Right.
So she put it in the corner. So when they handed me the card like this, I got it face down. My thumb is over number 3 anyway. So now when I read the teleprompter, it's got 1 and 2 on there.
Right.
And I read, and the new 2015 Miss Universe is after we had done the second runner-up.
Right.
And he said, read the next name on the card, Steve, in my ear.
Right.
It's Miss Columbia. And the new, why else would I say, and the new 2015 Miss Universe is?
Right.
It wasn't numbered one more name on the card.
Right.
I said Miss Columbia. Great job, Steve, go in the back. I go in the back. 2 minutes in the back, they're out there celebrating. My boy come up to me, Terrell, he said, oh, gee, you said the wrong name. I said, I ain't said shit wrong. I read the card, Trump, and I read what was in the teleprompter. He said, no, bro, the lady, she put the name down here. You're supposed to read that one. And then I said, dog, that ain't what we rehearsed. So I read the fucking, I ain't stupid. I read the card. I said, all right, I'm going to go back out here and fix it. The dude said, where you going? I said, I'm going to go out here and fix it. He said, no, we'll fix it tomorrow in the newspaper. Fuck that, we live. I'm going to go fix this shit now. Stupidest shit I ever did.
You should have left it alone.
I should have let them fix it in the news. My stupid ass walked right out there and took the full hit, man. I took it dead in the teeth. Like it was all my fault, and it wasn't. Because if you say, and the new 2015 Miss Universe, and he say, read the next name on the card, either one of these names, what? The next name was Miss Columbia. Boom, I read it.
Right.
Boom. Great. So when I did that, man, and I read crazy. I didn't know how crazy it was until after the show, man. And I went to the press conference, and the Colombian press was there. This dude was in my ass, man. How could you do something like that? This has never happened before. I said, hey, man, when shit happened, I said I read the wrong name, but I really didn't. But I'm just trying to fix it.
You bit the bullet. You took one for the team?
Took all of it, man. The cue card lady, her job gone. The director ass gonna be in trouble because he said read the next name.
Right.
I ain't do none of that. I said I read the wrong name. When I woke up the next morning, oh my God. Oh my God. I had never seen anything like it.
Sky's falling.
Bruh, I've never been ridiculed. A dude, man, that I really liked on CNN, I ain't gonna say his name, TJ Holmes. Crazy. A week later, it's Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I've been getting beat up, man. I've turned down every interview request. I'm talking about every news outlet. I shut my social media down. I was getting cussed out in Spanish. I learned more. All I know is I'm a punta. That's all I know. No idea what it was, but every last one of them, punta. I was that, so I said, let me cut this off. That drug cartel was serious, man. We had serious problems. To this day, I have armed security guards. A week later.
All right, so do you guys remember a couple years ago when Steve Harvey hosted the pageant and he announced the wrong name? Now, we all blamed Steve Harvey for this, and we were like, Steve, how could you mess up the name? You had one job, Steve. Just read the name on the card. And how did you mess it up? So we all blamed Steve Harvey for something that what Steve is saying now, years later, he did not do it. He's saying, look, we rehearsed something behind the scenes, and whatever we rehearsed behind the scenes is not what was done the day of. And I believe Steve Harvey is an actor. Steve Harvey knows how to read scripts, know how to read lines, know how to improvise. He hosts Family Feud. He hosts all these different events. He has his own talk show that he does. So he's not new to this. He knows this stuff. This is his work. This is his field. If anyone can do it, no one does it better than he does it. And sometimes he does it off the whim and everything like that. So if I believe Steve Harvey, if he says that he rehearsed one thing, and on the day of, things were shifted and everything that they rehearsed was moved around, that's why the name was called wrong. I believe him. And I don't feel like he should have taken full fall for that, because you didn't do it. It wasn't on you. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that Steve Harvey is able to tell his story and tell his truth and let us know, like, yo, stop blaming me for something that I didn't do. You know, and essentially it takes the bad taste out of everyone's mouth, because now I remember people at that time didn't even really want to work with Steve Harvey after that, because they felt like he was just going to mess up. And they just looked at Steve Harvey as essentially, for lack of a better term, a fuck up. Like, how could you fuck this up? This is the easiest thing you had to do, read the name off the card, and you couldn't do that. So essentially Steve Harvey is coming out and he's saying, look, I'm not a fuck up. It was a mistake that other people were there and they made it. So it wasn't just him alone. And it wasn't him at all. Because he was just doing what he was told and doing what they rehearsed. It's like being on Broadway. If you rehearse something behind the scenes and somebody's pissed off and then they do something else on stage, how are you supposed to know? Because you're just going based on the script. So I just feel like, shout out to Steve Harvey. Thank you so much, Steve Harvey, for clearing that up. Thank you so much for clearing your name. I felt so good and so relieved listening to him. Like, you know, sometimes people hold things in for such a long time, and like he said, he should have definitely let them clear it in the newspaper. But sometimes you just feel like, all right, it's not that big of a deal. Let me just go out and do it. But then you don't really know how much of a big of a deal it is until it's already done. So I'm just happy that he was able to clarify it and set himself free from all these different things that people have said about him. Hopefully people still aren't talking about him, but hopefully those people whose minds shifted away from Steve Harvey can now soften their hearts back up to Steve Harvey to understand the situation and what went wrong in that pageant. But nonetheless, those are my thoughts and comments on this. I would love to hear your thoughts and comments if you're listening to this on YouTube. And I forgot to tell you guys, on YouTube, this is a podcast, so we don't have many visuals, but the show was lit anyway. All right, so just share your thoughts and your comments down below in the comment section, my YouTubian family. And for those of you who are listening to this on Spotify or iTunes, hey guys, I'll chat with you guys next time. Bye.